One of my favorite filters to apply to a portrait image is a soft glow. Inside Perfect Effects, you can take an image like this one and apply a beautiful, desaturated, Hollywood-esque style look to your images. It's a great way to take a portrait that may be a little bland and really pump it up. Let me jump into Perfect Effects and show you how easy it is. Once inside Effects, on the left-hand side of your screen, there are two filters that I think work best for creating a beautiful, diffused glow on your images. The first is the Bleach Bypass filter. It's a great way for you to apply a large amount of contrast and desaturate your image a little bit to give it that softer quality. I'll open up the Bleach Bypass category, and then I'll click on the top preset called Normal. Once it's applied to my image, on the right-hand side of the screen, you have the Filter Options pane. There are lots of different ways that you can adjust this filter, and I think one of the most important is to control the brightness and the saturation of your file. This image gets a little too dark when you apply the Bleach Bypass, so I'm going to take the brightness slider and move that over to the right to lighten it up. I also want to desaturate some of the colors a little bit, so I'll take the saturation slider and I'll move it just a couple notches to the left. Not too many, but just enough to pull away some of the brighter reds, oranges, and yellows in the photo. Now on top of the Bleach Bypass filter, I want to apply a glow. So I'll go back up to my filter stack and click the plus button. Now that I have my empty layer, I'll go back over to the left-hand side of my screen. We'll close out of Bleach Bypass and we'll open up the glow category. Now there are lots of different glows that you can add to your images, but one of my favorites to use on portraits is called Charge More Normal. There are a couple of different Charge More options here, including two different very strong muted options that will desaturate your images quite a lot, as well as one down at the bottom called Charge More Strong, which will increase the saturation and the contrast and add a stronger glow. My favorite is just the plain normal option, so I'll go ahead and click once to add it. Now we're already getting the look that we really want on our image. In the Filter Options pane on the right-hand side, you still have a couple of different ways that you can adjust your photo. You have a saturation and a warmth slider if you'd like to change the color in your image. The saturation slider I'm going to leave down over on the negative side to pull away some of the colors that are popping back out with the glow. I'm going to adjust the warmth manually, however, because I want to warm the overall image up. So I'll take that slider and move it over to the right. Not too much, but just enough to add a little bit of an orangey glow as well. And then the last thing up at the top are going to be your amount and your halo sliders. The amount slider is the only one that I'm going to use to adjust here. The glow is a little too strong for me, so I'll just move it over to the left just enough to back off. And there we go. Now let's take a look at our before and our after. Our original image was a beautiful studio portrait. However, she wanted that really nice 1930s soft glamour look for her image. So with the help of a Bleach Bypass and a glow filter, we created an absolutely stunning, very dramatic soft portrait image.